Hello everyone, welcome to Charles's Fish Tanks. I'm back at home for the next month or so, and I just got in my first fish order that I had ordered while I was still in Connecticut. So I'll show you guys the box. Here it is. I'm going to be opening it up really soon. This time though, I do want to get the fish in the bucket as quickly as possible, so I probably won't show you guys that during that time, but I'll show you the fish when they're in the tank, that's for sure. Well guys, I just finished unboxing all of the fish, and you know what, I just can't hold it off. I gotta show you what they are. Hopefully you can see that, but there are 8 Nyamunda blueface Heckle Discus. They just look amazing. I ordered them in from Watley Discus, based down in Florida. He and Gabe Posada just know what they're doing, not just for wild discus, but for wild ultims, for domestic discus as well. So if you want to buy something related to those things, go for it, man. And they also sent me a ton of Seachem products too. Like, look at this. Garlic guard, stress guard, discus food, two containers of this discus food, as well as 2 small containers of Seachem Prime. Like, they really do want to pamper you with Seachem products, and the fish too. I mean, they're just absolutely amazing. They all made it. They were all packed in 6 different bags. So, sorry, I should clarify. That means each fish got 6 bags to it. So that's a ton of packing. There was leaking, but still the majority of the water was still in the bag. So it just goes to show you they know what they're doing, and I am very pleased with this purchase. Okay, so now I've begun the acclimation process. Because of the sheer amount of water volume that came with all of these fish, the drip acclimation process that I typically do is now just a drip stream. So that is an actual stream of water. Look at that. But I'm not too concerned. It's honestly, I think they should do just fine. What I do know about Gabe and Jack down in Wally Discus, they like to acclimate their fish to harder water. So obviously these fish come from South America, they're wild caught, but that doesn't mean that they can't be acclimated to harder water, and that's what they did to my ultims. And as you guys know, my ultims are now in hard water. They're actually in my 65-gallon tank right now. You can see them. This is just a temporary holding tank, but they're all alive and well. They're all eating flake foods. So let's go back to these guys. Oh, I gotta fix this. And it's been about 4 days since I filmed that last clip. As you can see, all the discus are doing very well. All the injuries that they sustained over their travel from Florida to Kansas have pretty much healed up. I've been doing daily 50% water changes on this tank. It's a 20 long quarantine tank. And I've just been using tap water to do these water changes, even though these are wild-caught Heckle Discus. So, in fact, one of the discus, this white right here in the middle, he was showing a little bit of stress right after he came in. So I started doing the 50% water changes, and sure enough, he's healed up. He had a cloudy eye, and that's also disappeared as well. So it's a good thing that they are recovering. They're all eating now, which is also a good thing. I've been feeding them bloodworms, brine shrimp, mysis shrimp, flake foods. They seem to eat it all. I know that since these discus were originally imported into the US from a Brazilian company called Santarum Discus Ltda, I've seen their videos on YouTube where they feed all their wild-caught discus flake foods. So these fish should be pretty accustomed to eating prepared dried foods, which is a great thing. Now I just want to keep them nice and fat and healthy, and this upcoming weekend, which will be in a couple days for me at least, I'll be getting some new tanks as well, a 90 gallon and a 75 gallon. These guys will be going into the 75 gallon, and they'll be the main centerpiece fish in that tank. But yeah, even though this lighting isn't great, you can see the gorgeous blues on them if you get them right under the light. And once I get better lighting on the 75 gallon tank, you can really see their colors pop. But yeah, look at that guy. These are just gorgeous fish. Pretty big too. About 5 to 6 inches in total length. So I'm very happy with them. But as you can see, I have them in a quarantine tank now. It's just the same 20 gallon quarantine tank that's on my desk right here. There's the 10 gallon quarantine. But as you can see, I have it completely covered so that no water droplets can get in and no water droplets can escape. It's got one of the sponge filters that I have that was already active, so I just plopped it in here. And since my tanks don't really have any disease issues, it shouldn't have any issues with cross transference. And these discus as well have already been quarantined, one by Santarum Discus down in Brazil, but also by the US company that I bought them from, Watley Discus. Again, I highly recommend if you're wanting to buy wild-caught discus or even domestic discus, definitely look at Watley Discus. They certainly know what they're doing, and the quality of these fish certainly do attest to that. But as you can see, the quarantine tank is pretty bare. I just have one piece of Mopane driftwood in there to kind of give them some cover and also release a little bit of tannins. It's not that much because this piece of wood is pretty old, but it's still there. It's better than nothing. I have a very light covering of sand. That kind of helps cut down on the reflection so that they're not freaked out all the time. I probably should add a little bit more sand to this quarantine tank in the future though, so that it actually covers up all the spots. But these discus don't seem to mind. And the heater in there is an Eheim Jaeger, just one of the, I think it's a 150 watt heater. It keeps it at around 84, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Although these fish can take lower temps as well, for the first week I do want to keep the temp a little bit higher to keep their immune systems nice and boosted. These fish seem very healthy. They're a little bit skittish of me now, but I think they are starting to get used to my presence a little more. So, well, yeah, they're still a little bit scared, but if I open up the lid to feed them, they'll start coming towards the surface because they know food's coming. I got 8 of them, so you can see they're exhibiting some natural schooling behavior where they kind of pick and poke at each other. It's all natural, just trying to establish who's the top dog in the whole school. And it's probably going to be one of the larger ones. In the center you can see there's that really big one. He's kind of hidden behind that one. There we go. You can see his nice blue coloration. He's probably the largest one out of the entire school. And you can see my silver angelfish over here. He's checking them out. He doesn't quite know what they are. He's never actually encountered discus before. He's just a domestic silver. But he's curious. He likes to check them out. And all these white dots that you see are actually ivory mystery snail babies. So my ivory snails had a ton of babies, so that's, if you're wondering what that is, that's what they are. But back to the discus. So yeah, these discus are doing very well. I know I haven't posted a video in a while. I've just been busy. Taking care of all these fish does require a lot of time, and now I am up to, I think, 10 active tanks. Yeah, you can just see how gorgeous these fish are. Nyamunda blueface Heckle discus. It doesn't get much better than that. They are probably my favorite type of wild discus. Heckle discus might just be my favorite species to begin with, instead of the blue or green discus. So otherwise, not much else to report on them. They seem to be doing well. Once I get my 75-gallon tank set up, I'll be moving these guys over. And unfortunately, that will mean I need to tear down this 29-gallon tank right here, as well as the 29-gallon tank right there. And I do apologize for the glare. It's the middle of the day, so I can't really do much about that, but you get the idea. So the breeding for profit tank and the 29 planted will have to go down in order for the 75 to go up. But I think it's a good trade because all of these fish, as you can see, it's pretty cramped in here. I want to move them to a larger space and they'll go into the 75. And the heckles will be the main centerpiece of that tank. Here's the big one. So otherwise, that's all that I have for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching.